Are going to draw a bunch of sushi on our page. Now, if we were at school, we probably would have done this in paint, but we're going to do this either in color pencil. If you have watercolors, you can use that at home. Oil pastels, I would skip marker on this. And you can use crayon. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw some pieces of sushi. Now, the first thing we're going to do is you can make a couple of different kinds. I'm going to show you how to draw a few, and then we'll draw it together. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do some rolls. So the first step I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a circle. Now you can hold your paper either way, but definitely start in pencil. Now the first step, once we do the roll right here, we're actually going to do this roll kind of like on the side. So this one's going to be just like if you were looking at it from straight on. Once you draw this, we're going to then come to the side and then do the other side of the roll. So this would be the seaweed part. And then this is going to be the fish inside or the vegetable. So we're going to draw a circle inside. And then inside, I just draw a diagonal and then some other lines. So that would be like maybe the fish part. And then these would be like some vegetables. Then what you're going to do is this. This part here is all black because this is the seaweed. And we can add some green to it also. And then for the rice, you're going to go in and add lots of little ovals in different directions to give the feeling of rice, because the rice is super packed there. I know you don't have to do every little spot, but the more you do, the more it looks like there's rice in that area. And that is one way to do a roll. Now another way to do a roll is if we did it maybe standing up. So to do a roll standing up, we're going to do an oval or an ellipse, I'm sorry. Make two straight lines, 1, 2, and then we curve the bottom. So this is a huge roll. Then we make another ellipse, and then you can draw some diagonals for the fish. And then just like before, add your ovals, different directions for the rice. Again, this will be all black and green mixed together, and I'll go over that with you in a minute. Another roll you can do is maybe a roll on its side, kind of like halfway. So you can do a roll with a shrimp on top. So this one you would draw like this. Start with a square or a rectangle shape. And then what we do on top is we curve this to make the shrimp. We then have this part come down, and then we do the little tail. Maybe curve it a little more. And then what I do is you're going to add little lines to give you the feeling of the shrimp. Lastly, on it is the seaweed that holds it together. And then you guys are going to add the rice again in all different directions. Be a little neater than I am. And then we'll do a couple more kinds just to give you some more ideas. So far I've given you a couple of ideas. You can also do a roll on maybe like an angle. So do one here, curve. Now watch what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna actually go around it again because you're gonna see part of this. So make this darker. And then I'm gonna go on a diagonal. I then curve the side and come back in. Just like before, this is all the seaweed. And then right here, this is the fish or the vegetable. So you can do like all your shapes in here. And then your rice. There are other shapes of rolls too that we can do. And I can do a few more just to show you. We can do a square. So let's say we do a square. Make a square. And then we're going to make it into a cube. So to do that, we make diagonal, 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 connect them together, and then we're going to make a square inside, make the fish, just like we did before. And this one will probably have something called row on it. So we're going to go a little fatter on the side. Row are little circles like this, little baby circles, like caviar, they're fish eggs. So you're going to do the circles all through here, and then you're going to do the ovals for the rice. And the last thing you want to do on your entire picture is you want to add probably a pair of chopsticks coming down from the top. So to do that, you come one down, and 2. Now they go from wide to skinny. So we do it again. Make a line, and then I kind of come wide to skinny. I'm going to make this one come in the front so it looks like it's picking it up. You can make your chopsticks whatever colors you want. So they could be brown, they could be red, they can be black. It's up to you. And you might even want to add like a few pieces of rice, because sometimes when you eat sushi, little pieces of rice fall off. Not usually, but sometimes. And the last thing, if you want to, we can draw a little soy sauce bowl. So you make a little ellipse, a little U, and then on the bottom you make 2 lines and a curve, so it has that little part that's sitting on the table. Lastly, to draw the soy sauce, you make a curve, and then we'll color all that brown or black. I'm going to draw a table. You don't even have to on this if you don't want to, but you can draw a table if you'd like, and that is how you draw your sushi. So that's a whole bunch of different ways. Now to do the sushi itself, you want to mix for the seaweed, you want to mix black and some dark green or light green. And you could do this with your color pencils or your crayons. If you have watercolors, you can do this with watercolors. If you have some oil pastels, you can also do with oil pastels. The inside of the fish is pretty simple. You're just going to color these sections like pinks. If it's pink, you're going to just draw the pink part, and then you can add your vegetables, like maybe it's cucumber. So you're going to color those sections. Same thing with the fish here. You luck out, and none of the rice areas need to be colored. They're going to be black and white. So this will take a time to do, but it's going to look awesome in the end. And like I said, you can add the table or you might not want to. It's your choice. And you can also add more pieces of sushi. I suggest personally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can probably do between 7 and 5 because you might want some more sushi here, or a piece kind of like on the end, like you might want a piece like it looks like it kind of like rolled away. Something very simple like this you can do, just to give it the feeling of movement on the page. Take your time, go slow, and I cannot wait to see your sushi drawings.